Ever find yourself unable to come up with the correct answers? Or being stuck on puzzles, or just in general in life not being able to solve problems? Today, I want to talk about critical thinking and how you can apply taking a square peg and sticking it in a round hole. So, let's get into it. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, critical thinking is the act or practicing of thinking critically by applying reasoning and questioning assumptions. So what does that mean? That means critically thinking is essentially you're utilizing your rationale and you're trying to figure something out, but maybe you're applying something that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the subject matter, and it's a completely different way of reasoning and thinking. There are 5 steps in identifying and being able to critically think and solve a problem. And it's not about just finding a solution, it's about identifying and correctly evaluating to get the best possible solution. And this is how it goes. They are observe, analysis, inference, communication, and problem solving. Observation. Observation is the foundation of all of this, and being able to identify all the nuances and portions of whatever you're trying to look at, and being able to just gather as much information as possible. That way, when you do finally get to the next portions, you have as much data sets as possible to go ahead and continue to evaluate further into your project. Analysis. Analysis is taking all the information you've found and starting to validate if it has a bias to it. Once you're able to take the absolutely large amount of data points you have and you're able to break it down and start to really segregate exactly what is the useful data, what is just the noise. And the analysis part of it is using some of your experience, but also being able to identify, is this pertinent to you? Is this really going to help you be able to make a well thought out decision? And I think that just comes with a little bit of experience, but if you have a good mentor or if you're working with a team, I think it makes sense to make sure that you're working with everyone and evaluating it properly. And inference? Inference is where you start really getting into the details of, am I able to use the data I have and able to draw a conclusion? I think there is some experience with that and being able to identify if you have enough facts to be able to make a quick decision or if you need to fact find more. But inference is such an interesting part of this because it really shows if you can take these details that you have and are able to draw a really conclusive conclusion, then you can quickly solve these problems. And I think that is extremely important in determining what type of person you're growing into when you're able to really think about critical thinking. As far as if you're able to solve puzzles, I guess the question on this puzzle is, you have these shape matches, but when you get into the real world, all I care is all the parts are in this bucket. So, does it matter? If you really think about it, if you take this round peg and stick it in that square hole. Communication. At this point, communication becomes absolutely paramount. You start asking and talking to your team and working with other people and identifying, is this going to solve your problem once you've already found a couple different conclusions? And it could be, maybe you have a conclusion but it's cost prohibitive. Maybe you have a solution but the timing's not right for your project. There's a whole myriad of reasons why. Maybe these multiple solutions don't solve your overall problem, but what is it that you can critically think to combine either your schedule, your budget, all these things into a best fit solution that meets everyone's needs? Maybe it's not perfect, but how you can critically solve this problem and thinking outside the box and problem solving. The final portion is the problem solving execution. You've taken all this information, you've broken it down, you've been able to critically evaluate this, you've communicated with your team on what makes the most sense, you've rationalized it, and now it's time to go actually execute. And at that point, timing is everything. maybe there's a portion of this that you need to find additional funding. Maybe you need to push on your schedule. There's a whole bunch of different ways that you can just go after this. But the biggest thing is that you go after it and you solve the issue. And critically thinking is really paramount in the aircraft industry, in the space industry. They want people that can go out and solve these problems. I did a book review here a while back on how to think like a rocket scientist. It's a really good review. And I have to say, it really did show me how important critical thinking is at an engineering level, at all levels that you just deal with every single day. So it really is an important aspect, and I think if you can go ahead and apply these critical skills, it'll help you be a better leader, maybe another tool in the old leader's tool chest. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm working on more content. If you can, give me a like and subscribe. I've been seeing a lot of growth on this channel here lately, but I'm excited about the future of this. I've done a lot of books here in the last few months. I'm starting to grow into my own. I think I have enough information now that I can start letting people know what I think about things. And I think if you're interested in the way I'm thinking, maybe critically, maybe you can go check this channel out some more on my other videos, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.